Are you ready?
Okay, what up, dudes? We are here in part two. Make sure you see part one first, because we're covering our top 10 list of units. We are bringing up more than 10 units, but you'll see that some of them aren't going to make it. So we are here with Final Form Angel Frieza, who is really good. Leader skill, we're gonna hit him with the key plus, not key, we're gonna hit his leader skill with the +4. Resurrected Otherworld Warriors. Now, Otherworld Warriors is okay. Resurrected Warriors is a lot of units that are just in this top 10 list to begin with. Like, Resurrected is really good. So yeah, running double of these freezes when possible is nuts. And to help Otherworld Warriors fit in, he does key 4 and he's 150 flat. So his leader skill is insane, like really, really good. So that's a 4. Active skill, not much to say. It literally the best active skill I think in the game. You can transform whenever the fuck you feel like it. So done. One of the best active skills. Categories. He's on a lot of categories actually, and he fits well on most of them. The only one that's a little iffy would be Wicked Bloodlines, only because he doesn't have big bad bosses. But besides big bad bosses, he does still share a bunch of other links that would fit well on that team. So he is still good. So he's on really good for the categories. As we just already said, his links, they're mostly fine. There's just that one situation you can run into where he would want him to have big bad bosses and he doesn't. It is fine that he doesn't have big bad bosses because he fits better on a lot of these other teams with the super class units. It just creates like a little awkward place for him. Attack, yeah, I mean, you can transform literally right away and he gets 100% boost on super attack. Turn 1, he's doing over 3 million easily. Defense. Now, defense, it's a bit weird with the defense, so this is why I gave him a 2. So, in longer events, he'll be fine, for the most part. I did notice, though, in longer events, once this 50% attack and defense wears off, he does, like, drop a pretty substantial amount. So, even with him stacking, he still will be fine. Like, he's not getting, you know, you're not gonna die in like one turn or something, but he can still take like almost 200. I think that's what happened to me. I didn't like Legendary Goku event, him stacking all the way up to Goku, the STR one. He still took like 200k from his super because this had worn off. So you have this hole where if you don't have this active, he's a little open. So it's a little nervous there. In shorter events, you'll usually be fine. You'll probably beat whatever event it is in 5 turns. But that first attack, if there's a super attack, you're going to get probably insta-killed. Because he only has 100% defense on start of turn. And then when he supers, he gets 30%, but it's still low. So that's why his defense is at a 2. Because he does have a bunch of holes in his defense that can really mess you up. Utility, he gets a 3. It's not, like, insane, like crazy what he does for everyone. He only can affect one enemy, which can make the difference. He can seal and he lowers attack for that one enemy, so it doesn't like if you're it doesn't help when versing multiple enemies, but if you're versing one enemy it does help. So it's not perfect, but it does work. So that's why he gets a 3. Ends at a 24 and he gets a 21 if we remove utility. Then we move on to 13, who I think is a little underrated, but he still is, I don't think he makes it to the list, actually, I don't remember. 13, so his leader skill has to be the worst part of him, actually. Target Goku. He is the only target, him and then the free-to-play 14 and 15 are the only target Goku leads. You are not going to find him as a leader, so you can't run this team. So this team doesn't count. It's gone. Then it's androids. Androids, again, not that common. I'm sure you could probably find a leader, but it's not that common. So you're going to have a difficult time running them as leads, which means you have to run him now in one of these teams, which means you can't use his leader skill. So his leader skill gets a 1. His active skill is okay. You have to have more androids on the team, which is possible with a couple of these teams, but not every team, though. Keep that in mind. So there are some teams where he won't be able to transform. Then he does have a medium chance to stun. No, where are we? That was active skill. Oh, also with his active skill, you don't even really want him to transform sometimes because he will boost androids. He doesn't do this when he transforms. So it's like you almost don't want him to transform. So his active skill is a little. Categories. His categories, yeah, we just said they're okay. I mean, he doesn't have a ton, and this one almost doesn't even count. So he really only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's okay. He doesn't come up a ton, but you might run him if it calls for it. His links are okay again. These Android links, I mean, it makes sense because he is part of Androids. He should have Android links. It just sucks because you can't really run the Androids team that much. And you can't run a Target Goku team either. So, yeah, I think Red Ribbon Army and Android Assault you probably aren't going to see often. The other ones are good. It's just these two that you don't really get often. So yeah, that's why his links get a 2. Attack and defense, again, he's okay with his attack and defense. He's definitely not like constant double digits, but you know, if he has type advantage, he'll do really well. Otherwise, you might have to pop an item here or there. Utility, it would be better if this was extreme, but like extreme category allies would have been great. But it's only Android category allies, so again, on a lot of these teams where you don't want to bring androids, or you might not bring them, this now goes to waste and is completely useless. So he gets a 1 because of that, because this is very easily not activate and no one gets it. So he ends up at a 12, which is I think the lowest we've done so far. Kefla's coming lower, but 12, and then if we took away his ability, we get 11. Kefla now, man, this one hurt. Kefla gets Universe 6 and Rapid Growth. Rapid Growth is basically dead on arrival, unfortunately. So Kefla has a 1. Universe 6, again, okay, it's not bad, but it is an extremely small team. So it becomes difficult to run. So yeah, we get a 1 there. Active skill. So her active skills are not hard to get. The first active skill is better. You get to 150. She was at 100, I think, defense. But then you get to the next active skill and it goes up 10%. So it's like, it didn't change that. And then she's super ki hungry in all of her transformation states. She wants 6 ki at all times, and that's just ridiculous to ask for. So if that maybe got removed, I think it changes here in the last slot. No, it's still, you want that to dodge. At least her attack is there, but for the other stages, her attack stat won't go up higher if you don't get the 6 orbs. So it's like really ugly how they did that. So yeah, active skill, because nothing's changing much, and then even if you get here, which would be tough because it's a lot of turns, it's only Pure Saiyans and Universe Survival Cycle. So it's like there's so many ways to just not get here, let alone you can get here and then you might not be able to even activate this. It's yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, active skill gets a 1. Categories, so she has a good amount of categories, she just doesn't fit well. So she has like these Universe 6, Battle Diva, Tournament of Power, but some of these teams you're not running someone that would have those links. So on average, I think you're probably gonna lose like 2 or 3 of her Fused Fighter. Like you're gonna lose like 2 or 3 of her links at a time that won't be activated on any given team, which is like really stupid. Unless it's like Universe Survival Saga, that's like the best team for her. Big House, I think you can do, yeah, then you're 6. But like outside of that, like she doesn't do well. So her category and links both suffer because of that. She does have things like Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, so like those help the bigger units. So that's why this is a 2, but it's like still not that bad. It's not that good. Attack stat, again, if she wasn't so ki hungry, I'd say a 3, probably a 4, but she's super ki hungry at all times, and it just doesn't work out well. 6 ki is a lot to ask. Defense, yeah, again, nothing special. She just does okay defensively. Definitely are gonna be popping items and doing all that crazy stuff because she's not someone you want to keep on rotation in the harder events. Utility, she literally offers nothing to the team, and she is the most ki hungry person you could probably add. So she actually I should probably give her a -1 because she's just like takes away from the team actually. So she ends up at a 10, well, 10. And then Future Gohan will be the last one we're going to cover here. Future Gohan has Bottom Master Disciples and Hybrid Saiyans. Keep us 3, 170, and defense 130. So the other Gohan is 170 attack and defense, so he's not even the best leader for hybrids. Bottom Master and Disciples is kind of a boring team when you look at it, and mixing them together, they don't link well. The only ones that do are the Hybrid Saiyans that are also on Bottom Master and Disciple. He's already a Hybrid Saiyan leader, so it doesn't matter that they're on both. So you end up not pulling units from here often. You stay more with hybrids. And if you are, then you would use the other person as a leader. So his leader skill doesn't do so hot. Then it's what? Active skill. The active skill is if it wasn't for this Trunks, I'd say it's better, or I don't know. There's a couple ways you could have changed it, I think, that it would have been better, but because of the way it is, I give him a 2 on the active skill. Because even once he does transform, he's great defensively, but he needs a Bana Master and Disciple ally in the same turn to get this boost. If this was just on the team, he'd be like one of the easily like top 3, but because he's not, then this really hurts him, and it's hard to get this sometimes because it's on rotation, not on the team. And then this part almost never even activates because there's not that many androids in the team. Categories. So his categories are pretty good. There's a good amount of these you'll be able to get him to transform, but some of them you can't. Like, can you transform on All Out Struggle? Trunks, no. Yeah, so, yeah, that's part of his problem, right? Teams like this, you can't even transform him, so he's stuck in base form. His base form's pretty boring, to be honest. So this is why categories, links, this all gets 2. His links are okay, but when you have him on a future team, but when you take him off like a future team and you run him in like anything else, he has these links like Cold Judgment, Dismal Future, Experienced Fighter that are all related to Future Saga type units. So then these links all go dead. You can't run them on a lot of these teams, so that ruined it. His attack stat, it's okay. I mean, if you formed an entire team around him, and you were able to constantly maintain this, yeah, he'd probably go up to like a 3. Yeah, maybe a 3, because then you'd still have to say you made a whole team for him. But it's never going to be like that high, compared to other units that we currently have. Defense, if you get him here, he's like a 4, man. But otherwise, when he's here, which is where you're probably stuck most of the time, unless it's a long event, he's okay. He will raise on super attack, but in general, his defense is just low. This is him at rainbow status. That's freaking low, man. So his defense is okay at best. Utility, he gets a 1 just because he does this. He gives key and 30% to Bana Master and Disciple. If this was hybrid, I'd say probably a 3. I'd give him a 3, but it's only Bana Master and Disciple, which I guess fits for him because he's the leader, but outside of running a full team of this, now this like sucks. So he gets a 1 for that. So he's at a 14 and a 13 if we take it away. So we're gonna cut this one here. In the next video, we're going to cover Gotenks, Beerus, Goku, Vegeta, and I'll probably just finish it with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken because I'm not gonna make a separate video on that. Yeah, so we'll cover the last 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll cover the last 5 units, and then you've probably already noticed what my tier list will look like. We'll pull that up, and then, yeah, we'll just take a quick look at it. But yeah, we're going to end this one here. I will see you guys in part 3.